To come up here and find out from the residents really what is going on, because it didn't sound right to me. So having spoken to everybody that I've spoken to here, it is apparent that this is an area where people have been living from birth. Some of them have 4 parents who were there before. This is land that the government of Michael Manley made an arrangement with Worthy Park to acquire for the people. The people were making payments over time until about 1989, when they were told to stop making payments because the land was going to be surveyed and a new system was going to be worked out. And now, in 2022, out of the blue, these notices have been issued. In fact, I'm told that before COVID, applications were made by residents to acquire the land because they wanted to formalize their status and they want to get title.
So true.
They have been many of these people go on farm work and earn a little money and have been building their houses and homes for themselves and their families. And this has been going on for many, many years. It is frankly unbelievable that a government agency would treat a community, 65 families, in such a way, out of the blue to serve them notices, at a time when things are so hard anyway, and life is so tough with prices being so high and everything else. To go stress out the people now by giving them these notices that they must leave. But leave and go where? They're all from here. We're in a deep rural area. This is not like somewhere in Kingston where people come from all over Jamaica to settle. This is a community which has been here for many, many years, and the people are born and grow here.
And it's ancestral land.
Ancestral land.
We already done pay for with blood, sweat and tears.
There you go.
From our great-grandparents to our grandparents to our parents, then now to me, then now to my children. That is 5 generations. 5 generations.
So my understanding is that the people would like to formalize their arrangements with the land. They are willing to acquire the land for a fair value, and they want to get their titles for their land.
So true, sir.
And this is the way it should go.
Yeah.
I do not understand what is the thinking behind these notices. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't see why any government would want to do such a thing. So we are going to make inquiries about that to find out what they're really thinking.
So true.
And if necessary, we'll have to take other forms of action.
So true, sir.
Because you cannot, a landowner cannot stand by and watch people put their blood, sweat and tears on all their earnings, investing in houses, and then when the houses are in an advanced stage, come and say, oh, well, in fact, we want the land. Come on. No, the law does not allow that.
It doesn't work like
that. And there's So whether it be the Constitution or whether it be the common law, you have a right, and the government must respect that right.
So true, sir.
And we intend to ensure that that happens. So that is what we're here to do. Find the facts. Monique, your councillor candidate, has the information of all the names of the households for us, which is very helpful, and copies of the notices that you are served. So with that now, we will proceed to make representations on your behalf with the relevant government agencies, and if necessary the Prime Minister himself, to sort this thing out on your behalf, because it can't go any further than it has already gone. It has gone too far already, actually. Should never have happened in the first place. So that is our commitment, and we know the representatives of the people here, and they will be ensuring that we follow through and don't get distracted from the commitment that we've given to you today. That we will be pushing hard to ensure that you're protected and that your tenure of the land is assured, regularized, and you get the opportunity to acquire titles. And in fairness, you may have to end up paying for the land, but it must be reasonably priced based on what the land was worth before you made the investment. They can't be charging you for the investment that you have made. That would only be reasonable.
Willing to pay.
All right, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So that is what I have to say today. I am very distressed by the many incidents going on of persons who have been living on land, sometimes for very long periods of time, finding themselves being evicted. And when it's a government who's doing this, it is particularly reprehensible.
Wicked.
And we must not allow it to go any further.
Wicked.
Overall, the country needs a system of fairness and justice for dealing with the people in relation to land.
Here, here.
And you know, we have tried various things in the past, and we must continue trying till we get it right.
Yes.
Because every Jamaican aspires to own a home, and every Jamaican who is landless aspires to have their spot. And there is a land there that can be used to settle people while respecting food security, agricultural practices, and the need to protect agricultural land and everything else. We must balance all those things in it. But this is a farming community, and
This
people
is
there.
agricultural land.
Agriculture.
It has been agricultural land for over 100 years this year, where my grandparents was farming this land here.
Yeah.
So it's an agricultural land, and it's the food sustain many people in this area, and far and beyond this
And
area.
far and beyond.
So it's an agricultural land, so I don't know what the government is trying, right? When them saying that we's unfit to own this land, and we's the ones, our grandparents and our great-grandparents, and we make the land turn how it's on now.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody would be eating off this land if it wasn't for our great-grandparents and our parents, and then we come take on the same farming traditions. Right? So this is ours. And I have no right to come up in here and say, them can come take it whenever them please. No, it don't pay for already. And they better come with a reasonable price as well. Because blood, sweat and tears going at this from over 100 years back. Right?
In fact,
Okay.
one of your